person who is causing problems in this situation I'm talking about between Rwanda and DRC has never twice been elected.
There's also discussions which include Rwanda, because it is alleged to be also one of the big perpetrators, and that's why we're keeping communications with them, and they've been friendly. There's been no hostility between us. It's just that at that stage when they were firing above our heads, the president did want them to say, if you're going to fire, we'll take it as a declaration of war, and we'll have to defend our people. And that's when the firing also stopped.
Bro, let's start here. When you look at this face, do you trust it to make some type of war decisions that are going to help bring peace? When you look at this face, just asking. Why are our soldiers in Congo? First of all, let's start there. How are South African people who pay for the SANDF to send troops in Congo directly benefiting from what is happening in Congo? Why is the South African government allowing itself, ladies and gentlemen, to be manipulated by the Congolese president to be so neck deep into this war? And why is it that our defense minister is pushing so hard, together with the media, together with the international community, that M23 is backed by President Paul from Rwanda? I mean, the man has been clearly saying these people are not supported by me. Where's the evidence to say they are being backed and supported by me? There's no evidence. But clearly, they keep pushing for it.
Declaration of war, and we'll have to defend our people. And that's when the firing also stopped.
Kagame, however, was having none of it. In a swift and filtered rebuttal, the Rwandan leader dismissed the accusations, flipping the script back on Ramaphosa.
And South Africa dares even issue threats about what is likely to happen after that, and so on and so forth. Of course, we will see what threats they are talking about. Maybe they should have done that exactly for which they have been issuing threats. They should have done it to clean up the mess in Eastern Congo, or to fight back those who have been trying to clean up the mess.
I mean, facts. The UN and South Africa have always been in Congo. Why is there still conflict in Congo between the Congolese government and the M23 rebel group?
So then you have the whole international community just confused.
According to Kagame, the real provocation came from South Africa's military involvement in a conflict it didn't fully understand. In a fiery Twitter statement, Kagame laid out his case. South African mission in DRC is not a peacekeeping force, and it has no place in this situation. It was authorized by the South African Development Community as a belligerent force engaging in offensive combat operations to help the DRC government fight against its own people, working alongside genocidal armed groups like FDLR, which targeted Rwanda, while threatening to take the war to Rwanda itself if South Africa wants to contribute to peaceful solutions. That is well and good. But South Africa is in no position to take on the role of a peacemaker or mediator. And if South Africa prefers confrontation, Rwanda will deal with the matter in that context any day.
Bro. I mean, President Paul is just prepared to defend his country and his people. It is the Congolese government, the South African government, who are just trying to pin the M23 as if they belong to the Rwandanese government. It's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, me personally, I stand with President Paul. There, I said it. I stand with President Paul. The South African people do not understand the conflict that is happening in Congo. I mean, it has a very long, great history that is very oppressive and very hateful. And this conflict should have been finished by now with the presence of the UN and the arrival of the South African troops back in the day. It should have long ended if these people's intentions were to bring peace in Congo. But it is not their main objective. They are trying to keep the Congolese people where they are, weakened. They are trying to keep Congo broken so that the international friends can benefit from these minerals that are there in Congo. And they will fuel this, they'll blame this person, they'll point fingers at President Paul just to keep the conflict going. The main objective is not to stop the conflict. South Africa must bring our troops back to South Africa. We are paying taxes to do what? For our soldiers to get killed? They don't have weaponry over there. Nothing. They are not armed. Our South African soldiers are not armed. They are surrendering to the M23. They have helicopters over there in Congo that have no pilots. What are we doing here, ladies and gentlemen? What are we doing?
Kagame said.
Than the results of the process.
He also directly shot at Ramaphosa's diplomatic credibility, accusing him of twisting their private phone conversations to push a false narrative. I held 2 conversations this week with President Ramaphosa on the situation in Eastern DRC, including earlier today. What has been said about these conversations in the media by South African officials and President Ramaphosa himself contains a lot of distortion, deliberate attacks, and even lies.
We know that Ramaphosa can look right at you in your eyes, right here, and lie. As South Africans, we know that Cupcake, he's gonna look at you. He's gonna say exactly what he knows to be a lie, and he's gonna say it with a straight face. What a shame that even President Paul can recognize that Ramaphosa is also a liar. He's a liar. He's a liar.
This can change so much from a conversation to a public statement. It says lots about how these very important issues are being managed.
Exactly, bro.
President Ramaphosa has never given a warning of any kind unless it was delivered in his local language, which I do not understand. Kagame quipped.
That's funny.
South African President Cyril Ramaphosa, on the other side, took to Twitter with a somber yet strategic message, mourning the loss of 13 South African soldiers caught in the escalating crossfire between Congolese government forces and the M23 rebels.
At the moment, and our soldiers are also in a safe place. So that's what we can say at the moment.
Bro, we lost 9 soldiers. We lost 9. How are you so calm? Bring those people back home. Why are they still there?
Spoke to some of the leaders earlier. I spoke to President Kagame again this morning, and we are insisting that a ceasefire must hold.
But beneath this diplomatic phrasing, a deeper geopolitical blame game was playing out. Ramaphosa pointed fingers at M23 and the Rwandan Defense Force, backing the long-standing Congolese narrative that Paul Kagame's government is the real instigator of the crisis.
For the last 2 days, on Monday and today this morning, I spoke with the President of South Africa, who sought me out to speak with me on this matter because of their involvement in Eastern Congo.
However, in an ionic plot twist, Kagame swiftly countered, revealing that it wasn't the M23 rebels who killed the South African army officers, but the Congolese army FARDC itself, and that Ramaphosa had privately admitted that South African troops weren't actually killed by the M23 rebels. President Ramaphosa confirmed to me that M23 did not kill the soldiers from South Africa. FARDC did, Kagame said.
What the... Man... Ramaphosa is the master manipulator, man. He's a liar behind all of this. He's in cahoots with that Congolese president. Is it Chikesedi, ladies and gentlemen? I keep forgetting his name for some reason. That ugly guy who looks like a hippopotamus. You don't like him. He wants to keep the people of Congo where they are, impoverished, very poor, always mining for the lowest wage. The cobalt that exists in Congo, the coal, all of these wonderful minerals that God has blessed Congo with, that are being exploited and taken to the West without the people of Congo benefiting anything. It is only these politicians and their international community media friends and their international leaders, friends, who are only benefiting from these things. Don't come here and play with us, man. Do not come here and play with us.
Revelation adds a new layer of political irony to an already chaotic conflict. South African troops stationed under the Southern African Development Community Peace Mission were meant to reinforce DRC President Felix Tshisekedi's government against rebel forces. But if Tshisekedi's own military were behind the death of the South African military officers, then what's happening on ground?
Bro.
Our critics are connecting the dots and suggesting that a dangerous political game is at play. One where Tshisekedi benefits from keeping the conflict alive. His alleged strategy pinned the blame on Kagame, painting him as the mastermind behind M23 while stirring international outrage against Rwanda. At the death of South African soldiers, they argue, were a convenient tragedy for Tshisekedi to push his anti-Kagame narrative even further.
That these are from Rwanda or the M23 are not Rwandans.
Yes, that's what I know. I mean, M23, they just come from a part of Congo, you know. They just happen to be speaking one of the Rwandan languages, Rwandanese languages. But they are the people of Congo. I saw a video of President Thabo Mbeki also confirming this. I tried to do a little bit of research and digging myself. I realized the history of M23, these people actually belong to Congo. Now they are trying to pin them to the Rwandese government. They are saying that they belong to Rwanda. Man, what's happening over there in Congo? What a shame that African leaders are not able to stop this war. Where is the AU when we need it? I thought we had AU. Yeah, I thought we had SADC. Huh? Where are these? Where are these people? I thought we had the UN. Oh, they chickened out a long time ago. They ran away. Because I think it was 2009 or 2008 when the M23 first got a hold of Goma. The UN was so embarrassed, they let it go. They said, no, we have brought peace. Peace is there. There's stability in Congo. And then M23 came back again. Man.
For years, Kagame has accused Tshisekedi of playing the eternal victim card, using the M23 rebellion as a political shield.
Facts.
Publicly, Tshisekedi insists that the M23 rebels are a Rwandan-backed militia. But privately, Kagame claims Tshisekedi acknowledges that M23 is composed of Congolese Tutsis, not Rwandans.
These are Congolese, and one time he accepts it, then another time he says no, part of it is yes, and then the other part is from Rwanda, and these are the. He keeps on, and how do we, leaders of our own countries, accept this to go on forever and just accept that we shall be manipulated by Tshisekedi or whoever is supporting him?
Even more telling, when East African leaders led by Kenyan President William Ruto called for a ceasefire meeting to broker peace between the Congolese government and M23, Tshisekedi conveniently refused to show up. Now, if peace were truly his goal, why dodge the table?
This man,
Exactly.
Tshisekedi, was never elected first. He didn't at all, and you know it. So I'm not telling anyone. Only that you don't talk about it publicly, I'm talking about it publicly. That's the only difference.
Bro, one thing I like about President Paul is that he'll tell you to your face. He'll also say it in public, what he thinks exactly about you. He's not going to try to sugarcoat it. That's why I like him. The media is trying to paint him like a bad guy. They did this in America, trying to paint President Donald Trump as the bad guy. You know? They also tried to paint President Putin as the bad guy. They are also trying to paint President Paul as the bad guy. It seems to me like each and every masculine leader that knows his business, that is firm, you know, in his stance. If you are like that, you're not a media darling. They're gonna slander you, they're gonna slander your name, they're gonna call you a terrorist, they're gonna call you a dictator wannabe, they're gonna call you the most powerful man in the world who goes around killing people for no reason. That's what they do.
Long-standing accusation is that Tshisekedi has no real interest in ending the war. Why? Because a war-torn DRC gives him international sympathy,
Facts.
continued foreign aid, and prolonged grip on power.
Exactly.
The person who is causing problems in this situation I'm talking about between Rwanda and DRC has never twice been elected. And you know it.
Peace, on the other hand, could expose the internal failures of his administration and even threaten his presidency.
Bro, that guy, I mean, man, you know, I don't even know what to say because this situation is so depressing. I feel for the people of Congo. It is the people of Congo who are hurt in all of this. And I just wish the situation could be better, as in like today. Everything could be fixed and everything can go back to normal. The people of Congo can walk the streets, you know, take care of their children, go, you know, hustle and provide for their kids, live in safer communities, you know, dictated by their own principles and values, of course. Pursue their aspirations, you know, pursue their dreams and their goals. That's what we want for the people of Congo. But they have a dictator right at the seat of a president. And apparently the media is not concerned about this guy. They are concerned about a country next door, Rwanda. They are concerned about President Paul. They are not concerned that this guy who has never been voted by anybody in DRC is destroying the DRC. Instead of actually bringing peace to the DRC, he's trying to point fingers and start wars between other countries. I mean, right now, South Africa and Rwanda, we're almost at the edge or at the verge of a war, full-blown war. Our troops were killed in DRC because of this man right here. See this man? Don't like. But you know what you can like, ladies and gentlemen? This video. If you liked this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you are notified every time that we upload a new video. We are growing, ladies and gentlemen. Please come join this movement. Come join us. Let the wokes and the lefties go. Let them leave, because common sense is coming right back in South Africa, and through this YouTube channel we are trying to do that. Let us bring back common sense. Let us bring back principled leaders and principled values. Let us make Africa great again. Let us make South Africa great again.